Kiera Johnson. I did my culture paper over Puerto Rico. As you can see, Puerto Rico is a group of islands located between the Dominican Republic and the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's right here in that picture. And the island became a part of the United States in 1917 after the Spanish-American War. The population of Puerto Rico has about 3.2 million people, which is probably even bigger by now. The population has been shaped by the Amero-Indian settlement, European people coming and colonizing, slavery, economic migration, and it's just a mixture of many different people. A lot of people would call it actually colorful. Diseases. The most highest diseases in Puerto Rico are, you have heart diseases being the leading one, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, hypertension, the most prevalent conditions like arthritis, depression, and type 2 diabetes. All of those can be prevented if a lot of people on the island smoke, and they need to eat healthier, exercise, and they just live a very risky lifestyle when it comes to their health. Their communication, they actually speak Spanish. Spanish is their primary language. They also speak English because they're part of the United States. So, but their primary speaking is Spanish. As a nurse, being in the healthcare field, I think I would use an interpreter, or you should ask them what do they speak, what do they speak fluently. They're very friendly. They like to touch. They stand close to each other. Handshakes are fine with them. When you address them, make sure you address them by a title, like Senor, Miss, Mrs. And then the economy. Puerto Rico has one of the most dynamic and competitive economies in Latin America. Until the 1940s, Puerto Rico's economy was dominated by sugar. Now the leading industries are pharmaceuticals, electronics, textiles, processed food, and clothing. Those are that's what's leading their economy. Their education system. It's when Hurricane Maria hit and a lot of their schools had to shut down, so that affected them a lot. The island, the healthcare. A lot of healthcare in Puerto Rico's economy, they're in debt by 20% with their healthcare. So they don't get enough funding. The United States doesn't really fund Puerto Rico as much as they should with their healthcare. So their healthcare hospitals and all that, they're not really up to date like they should be. And now the health-related beliefs and practices. A lot of Puerto Ricans, they have rich traditions and remedies that they use. They have a belief of the imbalance. So they believe that an imbalance or disequilibrium of any of these spirits can cause diseases. So if their body is off balance, they believe that you can either have hot foods to cure their illness. So if they have a fever, they're going to use cold foods. If they're kind of cold or anything, they're going to get like chicken noodle soup or something like that to help them with their illness. They also use herbal teas, medicine. They also believe prayer and rituals heal their illnesses. And they believe praying and that the figurines of the saints actually, praying to the saints actually will heal the person that is ill. Their family and kinship and social networks. Family is the foundation and core of Puerto Rico and social structure. they believe in a saying called familiso. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Meaning, Puerto Ricans, that means close family connections, which they stress that in their family. And family to them is very important. They view it as a very close connection. In their families, the father is the financial support. He is the one that's going to go out and make sure everything is done for the family. He's going to make decisions. The mother is the person that's going to take care of the household, take care of the children, take care of the elderly if they have any elderly that need to be helped with. And children, they believe in rearing their children, and rearing means they believe in raising them in a very special way. So the elderly really shape the way of the kids that are raised. Like, they are usually the ones that kind of, just put that emphasis on raising the children. So nutrition in the Puerto Ricans have their cooking traditions come from the European colony people come in, the African, the slavery people, and the Taínos. So their diet is usually meat, fish, fruits, and vegetables combined with large portions of rice and homemade fruit punches. So the Puerto Rican nutrition they have such a wide variety, and Puerto Ricans overeat. They overeat, and they also believe that the bigger you are, the healthier you are. So if you're big and full, they believe you're in the best health that you could be. So being a fairly skinny person, they believe that you're not right. Like, you're probably going to end up dying or something. They love getting together and having family feasts, cooking for each other, having gatherings, praying together, just really being a group when it comes to that food. So healthcare workers should actually also just make sure you ask the Puerto Ricans what type of diet and what do they like to eat when they're in the hospital. Their religion and spirituality. Puerto Ricans are Christian. They're 85% identify as Roman Catholic. Their religion and spirituality is important in maintaining health and relying on spiritual healers and rituals. They celebrate holidays just like us. So Christmas is huge for them as well, and Easter, especially with their spirituality and religion, that's huge for them. They wear amulets. They pray to the rosary, and lighting candles mean, in their religion, when they light candles, it means that they're protected. So you need to also just kind of identify what type of religion and what would they need in the hospital setting with that religion. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and that is what I learned about Puerto Rico.